Well, hello and welcome to another Daily Dominion. Since it's Wednesday, we do have a Dualset Wednesday, as always. This time it's Prosperity and, Hinterlands. And yeah, this kingdom looks rather simple in comparison to many of the others we've had the other days. We do not have any landscapes, we do not have any extra components, unless you count victory point chips as extra components. Certainly would need to get them out for physical play. But yeah, it's a very yellow kingdom, 5 kingdom treasures, and you can read through the kingdom over here. The important cards here, in my opinion, would be, well, the only real draw is Magnate. What am I saying? Real draw. The only draw at all. Border Village is a village that you will have to somehow line up with the Magnates, and I don't think there is any way to line those up reliably, so you're going to have to rely on good luck for that, which is a bit of a pity. Then we have a lot of gainers. We have War Chest, Haggler, Collection is plus Y, Cauldron is plus Y and can curse your opponents, and Quarry can make actions cost less, so that will be nice to buy cheap border villages, which will then need to probably come with another action, as if the cost of border village is reduced and the cost of treasures is not, then we cannot gain a collection off of a price reduced border village. But still, Quarry will be super nice to stock up on magnates and border villages. The only thinning at all is Bishop, and Bishop is usually not great thinning, just because it says you trash a card from your hand and you get victory points for it, but also each other player may trash a card from their hand. And it doesn't sound like much, right? If your opponent can trash a card from their hand while you do, I mean, what's the deal? But the problem is that you spend all of your resources getting this bishop, drawing the bishop, playing the bishop as your terminal action, and while they don't have to do anything for it and can thus build slightly faster than you, and thus usually just profit more off of your bishop play than you do. And that's why the thinning here is really bad, in my opinion. Let's hope that the AI does go for bishop, but we'll never know until we play. Let's also look at the kingdom plot. I mean, that the kingdom is so big because of the absence of extra components that it's kind of overlapping. It's the usual positioning for it. Yeah, as I said, there is lots of gains, a bit of village, a bit of draw, alt VP in the form of collection. Collection is super strong in that regard, as you will be able to, when you gain an action card, you will get those juicy victory tokens, so we're probably not going to score here via provinces at all, especially with Quarry around and Border Village around, which both facilitate gaining a lot of actions. And also, notably, for example, if you gain a Border Village that comes with a Nomads, maybe, then you get... Oh, sorry. Kingdom plot is still there. You get +2 when you gain nomads, so then suddenly you will have a lot of money. And so the end goal here would be to stuff the deck with collections, with quarries, and magnates and border villages, and then hopefully connect a few magnates and border villages in order to have a magnificent turn. But it is going to be pretty luck dependent, and especially in the absence of thinning. We might go for a bishop later on once we have control, but for sure not open with it. Speaking about openings, I think the openings are all not very enticing here. The 2-5 or the 5-2 both are pretty awful. I think honestly, you just open Quarry. You could also open War Chest, as it will be able to gain you magnates or collections. Doesn't sound too bad, but really the aim is to get as many border villages as possible, so Quarry might be better here. And on the 3-4 or the 4-3, well, you go for Quarry. And you could go for Anvil, and Anvils could gain you nomads, which could facilitate also getting to border villages. But actually, thinking about it a bit more, we should probably go for silver over Anvil. But yeah, I'm not super convinced on either of those openings. Yeah, let's start the game and go for the silver Quarry opening and see what the AI does. It goes for silver, and let's hope. Bishop? Oh, there's a bishop. That's great. Yeah, for now, I think we just pick up another Quarry. This 5 can be a war chest as well, now that we have 2 Quarries in deck. We didn't find our Quarry, which is kind of a pity, but yeah, still, this stuff will be nice. Perfect. AI lets us trash an estate for naught, and we do find the first border village. Now here, also very nicely, we get to play the Quarry first, and then hopefully AI will allow us to gain a border village. No, okay. That was quite some wishful thinking. But yeah, what do we go with here actually now? I think actually another magnet is fine. Even if we draw stuff dead, we have so many treasures in deck. But yeah, maybe then we could just go for the collection off of the war chest, and then now we can buy another pair of border village magnate. Yeah, this is going rather nicely, I'd say. Now, since we do have, okay, what did AI do? Just a sec. It gained a nomads, and off of the 2 extra money, it was able to also buy border village, but no magnate. Yeah, now that we have the 2 quarries in deck, I'm also not that opposed to getting an anvil for extra gains, and this is a great draw already. Now, we don't have to name border village here because AI hasn't reduced the cost. It skipped Quarry completely, so I think we just name collection and be off with it. I mean, we'll probably just gain the nomads and then buy border village something, but then it also has the nomads in deck. Okay, it goes for magnate. And wow, we have the dream draw of border village magnate like this, and now we can even, like, we have 8 cards left, so it's fine to draw the 1 border village dead, but this is an insane high roll. Like, I what did I do to deserve this luck? Wow. Like, this is today actually different from other days. Maybe it's the first time I'm playing this kingdom. On some of the other days, I like to play the kingdom first and before I do the recordings. But here it's really my first playthrough. So yeah, wow, this is insane. Like, especially that we didn't see any estate with the magnate there, just 4 treasures straight up, finding the other magnate. You couldn't wish for better draws if you stacked your deck. But also here you see how much the bishop of AI thinning our estates helped us already. Yeah, now I put the collection in play of first, of course, to get victory points off of this border village gain. And yeah, we can play the war chest now. Probably it will again go for the border village denial. And now just pick up collection and pick up border village, magnate, border village, bishop now. I think now we're in a position where the bishop benefits us a bit more. This could also be a nomad just for plus buy, or another magnate even. But I think I like the bishop. Or do I? Oh, maybe just more magnate. Just try to have the highest possible chance of collision of magnates and the stuff. So now, okay, we don't need a third quarry, because also the third quarry would make gaining border villages pretty sad if we played it. And 2 are enough to get nomads to 0. I think we just gain a nomads here, hit 5, and buy another collection. It's a bit annoying. Oh, well, this might be trouble. We have a lot of magnates down there, and we've seen all of our 4 border villages in those first few cards. So here I'm actually inclined to not trash copper, just for the, what is it, 4 out of 13 times 4 out of 12 chance to find a magnate, and then draw just a bit more. Of course, had we had an estate in his hand. Please, please be a magnate. No, it doesn't want to be a magnate. So now things are actually looking a bit scary, to be honest, and we might lose this even after this first super great draw. Nah, but hopefully we will still be able to gain enough stuff here. Yeah, but it is a bit on the scary side. What does AI block? It blocks the war chest. Now we will be able to pick up another border village, and probably this should just be a collection, and by border village nomads, and then by another bishop. Yeah, 2 of the piles are already pretty low, but we do find magnate border village. As you saw there, after having a very nice turn 7 shuffle or whatever what it was, like the last 2 turns were really bad just because the border villages stick together and didn't find any magnate. The magnate's kind of bunched up at the bottom of the shuffle there, but at least we got to draw through a bit. Now, what do we deny here? I think it's just collection or nomads. Yeah, AI does have 6 already, so if it gained the nomads here, it will hit 8 for province, but I'm not super scared of that, especially in light of our hand, which looks at least somewhat promising. Yeah, now it looks really promising. And we can trash out a copper here, I believe, is the better thing to do. How many gains do we have? Is that we have 4 buys and a war chest gain, which can either be magnate or nomads. But we probably won't have enough money to pile out magnates and nomads both, because we didn't find any of the quarries. Wait, let's just see how much would this be. Yeah, 11. Each of the nomads costs 2 effectively, so we have 6 plus magnate. Ooh, this is super close. I think if AI denies the magnate, then we are 1 off, but so we can, I guess, trash a copper. It doesn't matter too much. It's also the 1 coin. Gives us a victory point. And yeah, now let's see what the AI denies us. Do we even... Maybe we fake, like AI doesn't know our hand if we undo this. So if we play the war chest now and AI does not block the magnate, then we should be able to win here. If we put the collections in play and we have our intentions known, then AI won't be able to, or would be able to see maybe that the magnate would win us the game. So let's not play the collections just yet. and see whether we can trick AI. And we are able to gain this magnate. And yeah, buy nomads, nomads, nomads. And the last magnate for a win. Amazing. Well, as you saw, it was very, very close, like to the coin. And had AI named Magnate there, we wouldn't have been able to win, but it was rather safe still to go for this, I think, because we could have scored a bit there and yeah, and gone for just gone for maybe a province even, just to keep up with the points. And actually, let's look, our next turn would have looked nice, but you never know with this border village magnate stuff in a very, very junky deck. Let's look at our deck in the end. We did have one estate left, and AI had all 3 estates left. I think it probably also had pretty bad luck with its bishop. Let's see. I mean, it did see the bishop turn 4. Yeah, wow. AI's hands were awful. I did see the bishop turn 4 with 4 coppers. Only being able to trash a copper, of course, is super bad. And then it drew 2 estates and 3 estates and 2 coppers off of the top of the shuffle, which meant that the next shuffle it also was only able to trash a copper. And then we had this magnificent turn 8 it was in the end, where we drew so much. But even with that, it felt super close. So I don't know. I'm not a super huge fan of this kingdom. It looks super swingy with how you line up your magnate border village stuff. And yeah, there's not that much you can do to really steer it. You cannot go for heavy, I mean, you could go for heavy bishop thinning, but then you risk your opponent to be able to do the same. And yeah, I'm still happy we found this. I think we kind of found this win. I wonder what would have happened had we played the collections first. We actually can see whether the AI would have then. Let's see. We can go back and we can explore whether the AI would have named Magnate here. No, it still wouldn't. Okay. I felt so smart and I felt so good about this play, but in the end, we could have even scored 2 more victory points. Would it have seen that I had a win if I played all of those coppers with the Magnate? No. Interesting. Interesting. Because now we gain the Magnate, do the same as before, and buy it. Interesting that the AI did not see that we had the win there. Well, as you saw, we could have finished with 2 more victory points, but oh well. Anyways, I'm rambling a bit, but still, this was interesting to explore, I think. One more thing that's up on the menu is Pianist's collage. This time I'm late enough once again that we can have a look at it. And here again, Pianist has put in a thingy, another thing that does not belong in this kingdom. And my question to you is, can you find 8 pieces of the arts of this kingdom plus a foreign one, a thing that's been smuggled in? Well, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to spoil the solution now. If we look at this kingdom, we can pretty easily see that, okay, this stuff, the statue over here is from, oops, how do I, I thought I could right click, but apparently I can't. Okay, well, I can right click on collection here, it's from collection there. And then we have Magnate, of course, this time without the bracelet disguised. We have the stones from Quarry in the foreground, which you can see over here. We have the some candles, which I always get confused with from over here. Well, there's my cursor. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then in the background, this dune, of course, is from the Nomads, and you can also see the camel in the foreground, in the background here. We have, even further in the back, we have Bishop, the background of Bishop. Then this thing here, I very closely had to look at and look where I could find it, but indeed those seem to be those gusts of smoke or water, whatever that is, of Border Village. And then the last one is rather deviously hidden. It seems to be that the statue is standing on something that would also be in the collection art, but it is not. It's actually the thingy here from the anvil art. And now those were the 8 things, I believe, in this picture that were from this kingdom. And then the ninth thingy here are these 2 people, and I immediately recognized them to be part of family of inventors, actually. And we go to the menu and navigate to the collection of cards, to what was it, allies. You got the spoiler that I had banned the clashes pile. We can see over here that these two persons are from the family of inventors. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this bit of fun at the end, but also the playthrough of this rather bland kingdom. And I will try to catch you in the next one. And until then, goodbye.